And you're live on Dead Radio.
Yo, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Dead Radio with your main man, Banging is Dead. You know, this shot at mother-in-law in Craig Hall. Description, the details will be in our description. You know I've got a special guest. You know I only deal with special guests. You know that's how it goes. That's the motion. And today I've got a very, very special guest, very special guest. But we'll get into that. He'll introduce himself. You know we don't introduce our guests. You guys know. So, what's up, my dog?
My dog, chilling.
You
dog.
good?
Chilling.
Cool.
Dog, I can't complain, bro.
Who are you and what do you do?
Dog, you know, Dumisani, Dumisani, Mahlangu, whatever you decide to call me. Originally from Pretoria, I work at GALXBOY. Yeah.
That's why
Let's break the ice. I
don't feel like you can say you worked there though.
Yeah. No, I work there. How? Udino dog. Sevenza.
Yeah, but you know what I mean by that. I feel like you.
But why do we always need to get into the semantics of everything?
Because those are important.
No, those are important. I think, in my opinion, to certain relevant situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I think it's important, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because, especially in your aspect, I'm going to be direct and be very intentional with what I'm going to say, right? In your aspect, you are obviously there from the beginning.
Yeah.
And right now you play a very integral placement in what you do. So you're not necessarily behind the counter, you're not necessarily doing a stock count, you're not necessarily doing all of that, but you're doing more and some of that. Which means you play a much more integral position than just saying, I work there. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Because to anyone watching, when you say you work there, it's like, okay, there's a guy that works with the guy in the counter at GALXBOY, which is not the case. Do you get me?
Oh, no, I get you. So in my situation, to answer that, I would say I've been blessed enough to work and come out with family. Each of us going through our different situations throughout the years. But right now, I've been blessed to work with family as a collective.
Right.
And then going into the second point and the integral, duty.
What do you do?
The duty prevails over everything. Duty prevails over everything. So essentially, holistically, because we are pushing a common goal every day. We wake up, and even the most mundane of situations of within the ecosystem.
You do it.
Yes, dog.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I get you?
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is anything that needs to be done at GALXBOY, you do it. Essentially.
But to define it in a technical sense, I'm more involved in the operations department.
Okay.
Yeah. But siyasebenza dog.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, siyavuka, siyasebenza.
Ben.
Yeah, and as swinging.
Where are you from, man?
So my situation is funny, dog. I know it's not really that funny, man. I remember Kangala. I'm originally from Kangala, just outside Bronxbridge, and then my family, we as a family moved to Pretoria back in the 90s. Obviously, that transition from flat to townhouse to eventually a house, moved around in Pretoria, as well. So I'm originally from Kangala. That's my hood.
Right.
Yeah. That's my core. Like, and then obviously Ndebele, so it goes deeper down within Ndebele.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you go to school?
I went to Lamanton Primary School. I
Mhm.
went to Clapham High School.
Mhm.
I went to University of Pretoria.
Mhm. What you studied there?
I studied supply chain management, actually. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming what you do right now has something to do
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, no, there are elements that pop up like at all unconsciously.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like day by day.
Like, hey, I learned
okay,
this at
yes,
school.
dog, yeah, okay. This is actually a core value. This is actually they can set us apart from like people that are within our industry. So these things pop up, and sometimes I feel like she's tatela pansi.
Sure.
I still feel like formal education, however, so formal education nowadays doesn't mean sitting in a class with a lecture and then 200 students. No, dog.
Means
Like,
YouTube.
yeah,
Could
dog.
be.
Formal education.
Sure.
Like structure, like so like you have the ability to finish what you started.
Sure.
My brother. Yeah,
Sure.
a lot of people, I struggled with that to
Finish what
finish.
you started.
Yeah, so I go through influence and hanging out with the right people. Yeah. So yeah, man, to finish what you started.
Yeah. And then, fine, supply management.
Yeah,
So
supply
when
chain
do you
management.
end up? Because I'm assuming as you're
Yeah.
studying at UP, that's when GALXBOY is also coming up.
Yeah, no, like hey man, at UP I met Tots through mutual friend actually. I think Bash and them. Yeah. So Tots was actually way back then like busy with what's it, Photoshop, like designing and I think it's a commonality thing. Nami being turned impact at all.
Sure.
Like I was like Nami, like I like to look good on campus, dog.
Sure.
Even though it was stressful and we were studying and matter like so I would think that's what drew us together, and then I started exploring his dream with him. Like it was not a formal thing. We didn't talk about it.
Like you're into the future.
No, dog.
It's just a thing of you doing this is something.
Where's
I'm doing.
Pila, dog? Where's
Sure.
Pila? And then sometimes we're like, now Pila, like he will push you
Sure.
in the direction.
direction.
Yeah, like Afuna corn and yeah.
Because for me,
Yeah.
you know what you said about being in university and dressing up? I will not lie. I think as much as I didn't finish any of the degrees I did, because I went to Tux, University of Pretoria, to study engineering, left that. Went to another school in Boksburg for architectural consulting, left that. Went to UJ to study architecture, and obviously ultimately left that to do that. But the one thing I do remember is really going to school and the mandate was to look fresh. Like,
Yeah.
because that's your own personality. You know, in school, you can make uniform look cool, man.
Yes.
But then, in university, I'm making my home clothes look cool. So I kind of understand that aspect. Fine, you guys meet and you become part of the journey. And I'm assuming you were part of the journey, not from an aspect of, I want to get money from this, but from an actor of, hey, this guy, I see your idea, dog, and you're pushing this idea. Let me be with you, right? And then things develop. Now, what I want to understand, because I know the journey stops and it starts, and then it stops, then it starts again. So, at what point? So, from the time you meet Tots, right? Because I don't really want this to be a conversation about GALXBOY per se.
Yeah.
But it's so much part of your story from how I know you, that we can't ignore it, if you get what I mean. Do you get what I mean? So at what point do you really stick with it and move with it and like stick with it religiously? Like, yo, this is, okay, this guy's doing this thing. Okay, this is what we're really doing.
Yeah, no, like, my tenure, like right now, I can't compare it to the past.
Of course.
Yeah, because like, at the same time, my life changed, like forcefully in a dramatic way.
Which we're gonna get to.
Yes, so yes. And then again, so right now, with growth, with the ego dying down, with the ability to sit down, kuluma, namachita, understanding what a common goal is, my brother, I've learned a lot. And so I can't compare it with that, and especially the motivation, because Tots never gave up. Essentially, he went through his own pain, and but he never gave up, bro. He never gave up. Like, let's be honest. Like, you were in Pretoria. Like, I remember the Vinny boys. You guys, Didi. Like, come on, bro. Didi, Dodo, Bangy. Like,
Don,
you know.
DK,
so, but he never gave up, bro. He never gave up. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Nothing. Funny enough, like, we are very formal as a business, obviously, and we strive for formality every day. But like, nothing was especially with the comeback, nothing was like formalized. Although the paperwork was in place, I went through what I needed to go through, and then he was pushing, and then he pushed me to come back, and then continue pushing, dog. And I like that it's got intervention, because, hey, Joe, it found me at a time in my life where I kind of needed that.
A direction.
Yeah, bro.
Right.
No doubt.
Cool. GALXBOY is moving, right? The store closes down, and I'm assuming, based on, because I still have you on WhatsApp, at that point in time, I still had your number, and I was watching your stories, and that's when I saw you pushing your family's tire company.
Yeah, it's a tire fitment center,
Yeah, but before that, which is what I find fucking interesting, I want to know the story that, because I know it, but I feel like people need to know this, right? The story where you basically got hospitalized.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Right? And you basically couldn't talk, you couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, so why I want to know that story, or why I need everyone to kind of understand it, because of the rise.
Yeah.
How you came about from that. And I feel like even when I see you doing the certain things you do in your life right now, I feel like it's based on that scenario, that you still know that house is wealth, and how family is still the most important thing, and how having people close to you or around you that have like-minded goals is essential towards you being the person you want to be in the world, right? So now I want to understand, like, what happened for you to become hospitalized?
Yeah, my brother, we were in Polokwane for a cousin's wedding. I was with a friend. Remember, I lived in Siabuswa, Emakaya, pushing the family business at that time. So I came with a friend from that side. Funny enough, he's from Kangale originally. So we go to the wedding. The wedding is beautiful, my brother. And then again, you see, there's this place called Meropa Casino.
Yeah,
so the Meropa Casino has got a club inside. So obvious, dog. Like I was doing nothing new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going out, but flop is that we decided to go out without telling the other brass, without telling the other cans.
So it just vanished?
Yes. So
Sure.
essentially, basically, to cut a long story short, 4 a.m., we exit the club. He goes to the bathroom. Hey man, I think as I was reversing my car, I might have scraped a Ford Ranger. That guy, my friend, came out, and then again, I don't know, man, a altercation, it started between them. Fast forward, altercation, labantu sebeyalwa, amapholisa bayafika, baya-intervene, bayaqeda, bayahamba. All of a sudden, altercation, nama-security guard, manje, and it's personal, blah, blah, blah.
Well, the security guards, that
So,
is the person that gets subscribed.
So,
That's security guards.
so like a Marupa casino company security guard. So, to my understanding, I basically got pushed in that scuffle as I was trying to protect my friend or something, and then hit my head awkwardly on a paving curb. So, I started up. I'm not like I can feel, man. I'm bleeding. Mara obviously he realizes I'm bleeding. And then decide to go to hospital. He's driving, and then on our way, I can feel the speech, man.
You're losing your speech.
Yes. So he is not too familiar with Bulukwanis, which is why I pushed him to change seats. So I drive, my nigga, drive.
You drive, but you don't know your speech.
I drive.
But you don't know your speech.
I don't know what it's called, Mara. It's basically we are kupugela, like only all the way to Mankwe. I drive, bro. I drive. I always say if I figure dog, our speech gone. I had to write.
You can't talk, but you can do everything else.
Yeah, basically I was I hit my head, I think, awkwardly on a pavement curb. I was bleeding from the brain because my skull cracked, and then with bleeding from the brain, my brother, every second
counts.
Yes, my brother. They gotta operate.
So when you get there, you can't speak.
Yes.
But you're feeling.
I can't speak. So so in layman's terms, that gash, that concussion, that freak accident caused a minor stroke, man. To term it in medical
terms.
Yes, minor stroke. So speech gone, face gets lower and droopy. So my whole left side, dog, my arm, my leg, gone. And then the guy, through negotiation and through God, my family decided, no, my family eventually convinced a doctor to do surgery because I didn't have medical aid, obviously.
So they couldn't do the surgery
because
you didn't have medical
aid? Because people, they come there, freak accident, lawyers involved, imali yakho is lower. So yeah, that happens in private hospitals apparently. So
they couldn't do the
yeah.
They couldn't do the operation because you didn't have medical aid, and they didn't trust that your family could pay the money.
Obviously, because it started from them. But I have a very low key, call it influential uncle. But apparently, this uncle of mine called the group.
The hospital group.
The group that owns Netcare South Africa in Switzerland.
Sure.
And then they called the doctor to go ahead with the surgery. Because this is home patella.
Nigga, what?
This is home patella. being an you're in medical aid, fine, I understand, Mara, basis on patella. So obviously, like, through him and through God's grace, my brother, the doctor continued and he did a good job. That's why I'm here, bro. That's why I'm here. So this is operate Thursday, Sunday morning, and then by Thursday, bro, like I had regained my life in my leg, but the arm and the speech gone, bro.
So you couldn't talk, you couldn't use your arm? Nothing?
Yeah, I was writing down, bro.
Nothing?
Like obviously in English, I need so and so. Yeah. So yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay, that happens, and then you're released from the hospital.
Yeah, released from the hospital. No, brother, it took me 3 months of physio
so after
and
you're released, you still can't
exercise.
No,
dog.
But you can walk.
Yeah, no, I can walk. I can walk because after the 4 days, my leg had regained life, thankfully. Mara, I had to do speech and physio. And funny enough, I conjured up the courage to say my first word through a close friend of mine, a respecter. Yeah, man, like she knows who she is through the necessary therapy.
Sure.
So like, yeah. So obviously, yeah, my first words was a hi.
Those are your first words.
Imagine.
You have a fucking tattoo on your body, dog.
Imagine. Bro.
Your first words are hi.
Hi. Hi. Hello. Hello.
Those are your first words.
Nigga.
You can't deny that's fucking funny, dog.
Hello.
So that's the first word. Your first word is hello, hi.
In my house in Gangala. So these people are like.
So you were staying.
Sorry.
So when you regain your speech, you're at home.
Yeah, obviously, like when I was a polar guy, ema fleeting talk, ema complexity. Fanele uyekhaya so. What do you mean, dog?
Nobody got
What
I mean is like I thought you were still in the hospital.
No, like imagine polar inserted.
No, it won't work. So you went back home. So you went home.
Like I said, operates on Sunday morning, and then by Thursday,
you went home.
I went home, bro. I went
crazy,
home
dog.
to heal at home and to obviously start physio, regular checkups, and then eventually the speech therapy. Yeah, bro, which I did, and then self-exercise as well. Exercise, running, bro, running all day, every day, and then.
So what would you say running helped you?
Running and especially at the early stages, I'm sorry to say, but all I used to do is smoke weed and do like exercises on the mat, like push-ups, pull-ups, like all of. I smoke more weed and eat all of.
That's what
and then, like, so funny enough, like I will always remember this because I actually missed the Amapiano rise era, like the COVID era, Mara. At the same time, COVID was a blessing to me because like so basic sekai Mara, mina benka taking jam Mara, we got space. It's cards, dog. It's cards. Dude, I fucked up, dog. Fucked up. Mara, obviously, I had my moments, bro. Like, I remember a situation where I was driving from this Afrikaans hospital in Gezina. Dog, like, I literally broke down with my mother because she had to convince me, dog. Come on, dog. We are from the Hatfield era, bro.
That's so crazy.
We've seen so many things.
So
we've met so many
like, yo,
people.
My nigga, like,
the exposure is crazy.
On.
I saw your interview with Xavier. Like the exposure is crazy because I personally got glimpses of Bram in that era. So this all starts to hit you, and as well as obviously some other things. So
sure,
yeah. So it's your push, bro. Like at the same time,
something, dog, because you know from your story, it's crazy.
Yeah,
obviously, right? But what's the one thing you were telling yourself when you were rehabilitating at home? Like, what's the one thing you were like to yourself that like what's the one thing that kept you going? Because you could have just given up.
That's like basically any chance.
So you're asking for
like
chance.
And then some things I believe you're like don't have that intent like naturally if you define them in English. So those which is why sometimes I naturally or like to transition in Vernac or isiZulu or something that you can understand like innately. So I don't is any chance agnaskati, but I am anaskati so like balance is important, having fun, having experiences is important. Mara in my situation there any chance and everything else now is an extra. And through isolation and distancing from myself, you would be amazed of the things you can in turn find out about yourself. That's the game, bro.
Right.
That's the game.
So I'm sure you discovered so many things about yourself. The power you have, the power that your mental has.
Yeah, no, like nothing pompous, nothing arrogant. Mara, with my brothers, with my niggas, with my family, I've always believed, Bangi, you gotta push your fellow brothers to be the best version of themselves.
Sure.
Because nothing is more, nothing makes your life more easier, say with a business partner, when he is also the best version of himself.
Sure.
So we are pusher in all other elements of his life. Like
he's
so
like
yes, dog. Irrespective of what's going on around, net focus all the time. The best version of himself. I like army like mentality, bro. Army like think about that.
I do.
Yeah,
I think
bro.
about it right now. It's like, what's up?
Hey, Joe, I had this one random conversation with DJ Smokes. DJ Smokes, bro.
Right.
When I was in Pretoria, I used to have a habit of dining alone, my brother. Like, hey, Joe, we are Madeline Wayne. I go there, I buy food, I chill. People watch thing, blah, blah, blah. Smokes, I met him. I decided to go to the casino, so to Rocket, obviously.
Sure.
Met Smokes, I shared a drink with him. But hey, Joe, he kept on reiterating this army-like mentality and how he has intertwined it with his exercising and his way of thinking.
Mm-hmm. Go deeper.
Powerful stuff.
Go deeper.
Yeah.
What does it mean by that? Like
so, Guti, in layman's terms, how I could explain it. Now, let me try personalize it. So, I'm conscious of the fact that I got a team right now. So this team is also my family. And in this situation, in this family, there's principles and rules that need to be followed.
Yes.
And there's destinies that are intertwined, which makes it duty every day, all day, all day. It's signing up for something for life,
Yes.
for your embetterment, and most importantly, the embetterment
Of the whole
of
group.
bro, of the people you love, bro. I'm not caught, dog. Like sometimes see pilangati I needed, I'm damn straight. So obviously, I needed to go through what I needed to.
Because you thought you had time.
Yeah.
Now you know you don't
Yes,
have time.
dog. Yes.
Now you know you don't
Yeah.
have time.
I'm not saying I'm killing Amara, my brother, as opposed to where I was at pre.
You know you don't have
dog.
time.
No.
Crazy. I just remember how I told you how I ended up reaching out to you. Because I didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
But I used to see your posts.
No, shout out. Yeah.
No, I didn't know what happened. I used to see your posts, and this is when, from a time when I was back home, I think it was just after COVID, dog. Just after COVID. And I was back home, right? And as I was back home, when I was back home, I was thinking about it a lot. I was just thinking about ways of being better. Number one, and ways of leaving home, because as a man, being home is different, though.
Yeah.
You live according to someone else's rules, not your rules.
It's funny. Like, can I say this now?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't say I've always been the fastest technologically. So like in my era, there was no Instagram or the reels. Mara, those things have changed my life so much because when I'm bored, essentially, like we all do, we go through them.
Yes.
And then, like, the skill is to pick up what's relevant to you 100%. And what can motivate
you.
Infuse inside Nyana. And then the
rest is the rest.
Yes, dog.
Like, there'll always be bullshit. There'll really always be bullshit. But, so our collab, this is a crazy shit.
Yeah.
Because what a lot of people don't know, we collaborated with, Dad collaborated with Siabusa,
JJS Tire and Alignment. Yeah.
Right.
Funny enough, like knowing me, some legacy bullshit.
Yeah.
So that meant Judas, Janet, and Sons.
Oh, crazy.
So I was already thinking to that level. Bro.
That's crazy.
You gotta think to that
level.
But
I told you the minute you picked me up from my house, how that shit came up to me.
Yeah.
And this is the weirdest shit. Like, I didn't know what you had been through, but that shit came up to me in a dream.
Seriously,
Like, I had been constantly thinking. So the main concept was reimagining tire clothing or uniform, right? And reimagining in such a sense that to make it cool, dog, because people can walk out in the overall now and in public spaces and look cool. So I was trying to reimagine it. Reimagine it in such a way that anyone, wherever they are, can still wear it, and people that are changing tires can wear it. Fine, I sat on this concept, fine. But then I still kept on seeing your posts. Okay, fine. Then at some point, I kid you fucking not, in some dream, I saw the collaboration happen and how it should happen. And that's why, like, even when I hit you up, I was like, yo, dude, I've been thinking about this shit for the long time and do a collaboration like this, but I need to come into your spot to see, like, how you guys operate and to see, like, how things function in that space. But that was what I saw in my dream. Cool, that happens and the collaboration happens. And I won't lie, that was my biggest chance.
Yeah.
Because it was still when the brand was, I wouldn't say quiet, but it was quiet. It was the biggest chance in the sense of people understanding Dead and how we work around our collaborations. I found that fucking dope. And then you went from that to doing Luto.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna explain Luto's story.
I definitely thought you did.
So my brother, I totally understood your proposed collab between Dead and JJS because I believe 2018 and 2019 was the time, like the time where the growth of high-end brands and brands that are totally different. Say Gucci and Castor. Castor oil, like people were climatizing to like So the fact that we were brave enough to facilitate something like that, and shout out to you as well, because you guys came full house. Like you guys, I remember you guys shot drone video. You guys like actually did a campaign, bro. Like, Joe. I believe people that are involved in fashion and don't have extensive collections because of funds, because you need to flip and because of the journey. Mara, like having the discipline, my nigga, to shoot a whole campaign over 3 pieces, that tells you something about the person, bro.
True.
And the love that he has for the industry.
Sure.
No,
I don't look at it like that.
Yeah, like niggas are hiring cameramans, videos, like everything. Like for a big item campaign. Like
like it was actually
my brother, that's respect, bro. That's respect. And I'm not gonna like name drop, and I'm not gonna mention names. Mara, it's relevant to Dead and JJ's collabo.
Right.
Because like I remember you did well on your side. You will split the t-shirts. You did well on side. Like I can't be no matter like on my side. I like in its inception, I sold a decent amount to the point Uti I was content. Mara, getting the people to understand
the concept
took a better time.
You know what the concept?
Mara, it was not about the sales.
No, it wasn't. It was the concept.
All the money. Mara, like and abantu basabuzisa ngeskiperless.
Really?
To this day.
That's crazy. Because I remember I was at the point where I needed profit. Like,
yeah.
But I needed profit, but I wasn't thinking profit. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I wasn't doing things for profit. Like, even when you saw the thing, my aim was like, yo, this shit needs to sell. Because fuck, like, I've used money I don't necessarily have. Fine.
Yeah.
I might have it, but I don't have these coins.
Yeah.
This shit needs to come back.
Nah,
but fine, Luto, how does Luto come about?
Oh, yes. Luto was bro, I won't lie. Luto.
The 2 shirts from Luto.
Yes. This is the brand ACWT.
But it's part of Luto.
Yes. Part of Luto. So Luto was an idea that was collaboratively thought of by me and a close friend and business partner of mine. So it was inspired basically. So it comes from nothing, and then we are coming from nothing. Cosa Luto, a blank canvas. We are coming from nothing.
And you want to paint the
Cosa Luto, a blank canvas, starting over. I'm not next.
You're gonna paint it as
you
grow.
Dog. Yes. And
that's a good one.
Yeah, and it's gonna come. Like it's gonna come. The more local brands, like.
What is it?
Yeah,
I know what it is.
So currently, my brother, if I can.
Not even currently. Like, what is the concept? What is the concept?
It's more than one thing. Like, it's a platform website that hosts other relevant local brands currently. It also hosts its in-house brands, and then
it's like a conglomerate.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
Fucking brilliant concept.
Yeah, because like you do get a Luto t-shirt, right. Luto South Africa, and that's a very simple t-shirt right now, monochrome, black and white. Mara, who knows what's gonna happen in the future? Who knows what who the Luto creative director is gonna be.
Right.
Because that's where I feel that our own game, our own streetwear game is going to, bro.
Yeah.
Where
I
niggas
think
can
we need that.
own the brand.
But have a creative
Yes.
director. I think we need that.
Like Rue is with Bali, but Rude,
was.
yes, dog.
But I think we do need that.
Yes.
You're right. I think
Yeah.
we do need that because I hate to say this, but you can see, based on like the South African brands that do a lot, you can see the ones that hit the roof in terms of creative output. And what I don't think they're understanding is that that happening is actually normal, and that's why Americans or the American brands or global brands end up having creative directors that head specific brands. It's because from an idea perspective or ideological perspective, you are meant to hit the roof as to where you can't really push any other impactful designs or thought processes for your brand. And that's when you get other guys to come in, because now when you bring them in, they have a new perspective of your brand.
Obviously, bro.
Now they have new ways of executing specific designs, which I still think we need to get there as South Africans, because I feel like we're still stuck in a bubble where we want to own everything. I feel like we're still there in that bubble. It's slowly coming off, and we see this with other genres where you find DJs that just put their names on a song, and they have producers and vocalists that put the song together, then they just put it in. So that means we're moving in a direction where people understand that, dog, I don't have ideas anymore. And that's why songwriters still need to be a big thing in South Africa, because it's okay not to have ideas anymore.
My brother.
It's okay, like it doesn't mean you're dumb. Like, doesn't mean I don't have ideas.
Bro, like the execution.
It's just execution. There's not someone better.
The commercial viability of that guy there are so many mundane elements that go into a product.
Yes.
You know? So like some people have it. Like some
people
you
don't.
know, like
It's life.
And that's okay, bro.
I don't think
that's
we get
okay.
that
Like
I don't think we get that yet, dog.
Yeah.
Because I study a lot of people like fashion-wise, and I see how there's certain elements that people still don't understand, that, dog. It's okay not to have everything. It's okay not to understand every concept.
Okay, can I please answer that fashion question?
Yeah.
Because like, Joe, this is an answer, but a statement also that I want you to think of. Because as a black man, when you are involved in the fashion industry, and you are already thinking about succession.
Okay.
I interpret that as an innate belief.
That we're gonna get there.
Yes, because
It has to get there.
yeah, iyodlulisana mina nomndeni wami until ngiguga maneka. Yeah, and then again uzolandela mara uzolandela ayazi ukuthi sisebenza njani la khaya.
Sure.
Which ties with that army-like mentality.
So basically the main aim is succession.
Yes.
Succession is the main of the game.
Yeah, to a certain extent, like succession, and it ties into the fact that you can have your own brand, but creative direct for another. Like Gucci family is not still like designing for Gucci, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
Gucci family is actually not getting money from the Gucci family.
So, yes, dog. Like,
and that's life.
Yes.
But
yes.
I get what you're saying. Basically what you're saying is we need to treat fashion as a company.
Yeah.
As much as we're emotionally devoted to it, but we still need to treat it as a company in a sense of the succession plan.
Yeah.
So even if I'm not happy about dropping this phone with this cover, it doesn't mean I shouldn't drop it. I should drop it because there may be people outside of our family that buy into it, that gives more depth to our succession plan. So we need to basically add less personification to brands. Basically, a bit less.
No, I fully understand, bro. Like,
Okay,
I
now
fully
Luto.
understand.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
to tell Luto.
No.
Fine, Luto happens, and because I started looking in as you pushing Luto.
No. As a collective.
Yeah, as a collective.
Luto is
As a
company
collective,
wide.
right?
Everything is
Coming
company
together,
wide.
right?
Yeah.
GALXBOY then comes back.
Yeah.
In terms of relevancy point of view.
Oh, okay. No, I understand your question.
Yeah.
So, as an individual,
Yes.
with my brother, with my other partner, was also a good friend of mine for a long time.
Right.
We were pushing ACWT. That's
Right.
another concept that I thought of in a foreign country somewhere.
Yeah.
One of the exposure important.
Yeah, I see.
So like
I get what touch is doing. I don't think a lot of people get it, but I see it. I see it. I get it. He's getting different.
Like to have a conversation with a stranger.
In another country.
Yeah.
Gives you a lot of
No more, but I find.
I get it.
To answer your question, ACWC, it was me, my brother Keho. I mentioned his name. He will forgive me. So yeah, man. But for respect, that's my leader. And then again, Luto Inc. Encompassed all of it. So we were those black people that knew from way back that 10%, 15%, 20% of something is better than 100% of nothing. Lo unamandla lo nge something lo unamandla nge something why singadlanga so instead of ukuba nenkani hayi man majida kune product inside yini beyisebenza why singayifaki
Sure.
2 pots, 3 pots are better than one.
Sure.
Mara, at the same time, it gives us depth and a platform. You donsa amanye amajita, bro.
Sure.
Bala Sean, the future.
Sure.
Dead. You know, like I'm talking not Luto wise now, industry wise, brother, because that's how they are gonna take us serious. Because even individually, I've been shopping at Edgar's for long, begging. Hey, and then
Same.
guys want to have tips, 3 tips. Majida,
Let's make money.
yeah. If family I don't wonder over the years, each year Malini, Edgar's, you know. We need to start respecting, especially as black people who can sustain it season after season after season after season after season until uguga, dog. Until uguga. In lifestyle, in maintain.
Sure.
Come on, dog. Come on. All this other mundane fucking bullshit, nah, man. We wasting time. And I'm not trying to preach or create an egotistical hierarchy. I know it all, dog.
But it's simple, though.
Yes, dog. Yes.
Let's just make shit.
Yeah, yes.
Let's make rec
Yo.
to create generational wealth, basically.
No, that's why.
Or generational structures.
Yeah, that's why with my personal fascination for podcasts, also individual, and then with slowly understanding other cultures, bro. Other cultures are abanaskati, dog.
They make shit happen now.
Abanaskati, dog. And bambena, dog.
Sure.
Bambena. So in the mentality, it's like it gets
Slowing us
down.
down.
Yeah.
So it's basically slowing us down. No, I totally get it. But now, okay, fine. Luto's happening.
Yeah.
GALXBOY's coming out.
Yeah.
At what point? I wouldn't say necessarily drop Luto because you didn't drop.
Yeah.
But to a certain degree, because I look at a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I told you, my job is I subconsciously study shit, even online.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, I'm just always studying shit. Luto kind of went quiet for a bit, but it went quiet for a bit with the inception of GALXBOY. And I would assume it's because, to a certain degree, your attention moved to that, right? At what point does that happen?
Yeah.
Because I'm also assuming that before Tots hits you up, you are seeing what's happening. Do you hit him up? Does he hit you up? Like, what happens before you kind of, not necessarily drop what you're doing, but drop what you're doing to get back to the army base?
No, like, dog, that's an easy question for me because, like, I think it was also destiny that we are currently working together and fuck with each other right now because we are all motherfucking opportunists.
Yeah,
so that conversation never needed to be extensively had. Like it was a joke.
I see what's going on,
into ehambayo ile machita as concentrating kule sipushele
so and then a conversation.
Over time is nikeze imali like
so it wasn't a conversation.
Yes, dog.
It just
right complicated. And then the most critical vital element about it is that as the paperwork here GALXBOY was handled out of respect a long time ago. No, Luto, ne ACWT.
It was the same
Machida, why do we need to overtly discuss it? Because when you do that, you intertwine destinies. When you do that, you infuse duty. Like, because I know, if I slack, I'm fucking
everything up.
Yes, fucking up my nigga's pocket. Fucking like it's sinezinto nathi. Simple though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah, simple. Like
that's a really good one.
Yes. So,
yeah, cool.
Dog, intertwine.
So as we get closer to wrapping it up, I want to touch on something before we wrap it up, right?
Yeah.
With the growth of the brand and Luto, you would say, right? Especially ACW. I see ACW definitely growing to a certain extent, right? Before we wrap up, I want to understand something. What are the main aspects that you've learned as you guys have come back now? And as you guys have come back, you've done obviously much more and done it much better with the experience that you guys have had.
Yeah.
But what's the one main thing that you've learned from it?
Yeah. Can I say phrases?
Yeah.
Okay. Firstly, pain is love. We all needed to go through our individual pains to gain something from it, to draw something from it, which is gonna make us tolerable people for this God-given mission we are trying to push. Sisog, pain is love.
Dope. Phase 2.
So phase 2. What have I learned from it? Pain is love. The death of the ego, my brother, is a beautiful thing. And this statement is not new. It's not original. The death of the ego, especially as Ejo, as black brothers, because I'm a Pan-Africanist motherfucker. I just like to dress well. I'm not gonna do no doctor shit. You understand me?
Yeah.
But like, for our people, for Amachita, for. So what I have learned as well, the death of the ego is a beautiful thing, and only beautiful things come out of that. And then I talk, duty prevails over everything. and with destinies intertwined. Like it teaches you because uhlale ucabangela abanye abantu.
Sure.
You are not selfish anymore. And this goes beyond your personal family.
Right.
Yeah. So that's how I think, to my slight assessment, other cultures are winning. Because they are infused, they are community driven.
Right.
Yeah, lawyer, like, hey, ucabangela abantu ayibo 11 at the same time, ucabangela wena. Duty prevails over everything. And then there needs to be a certain order in what you're doing. And this relates so much to ego, certain order. Bro, like identify a team that's tolerable and understands the mission. Mara, there needs to be a certain order maintained.
Right.
And I always tell my brothers, upengi nagahlala in a 12 million rent house na Dumisani nagahlala in a 9 million rent house. Ufethu nagahlala in a 9.5, 10 million rent, 11 million. Aren't we essentially living the same lifestyle?
We are.
We can go on the same holidays, have the same experiences. Abantwana bethu bakhule bonke the same
schools.
Yes, and
there's not much of a difference.
And namahloni ama challenges avela singawavala ukuthi so imndeni like wakho like we can close those embarrassing situations that come up naturally in life. So what do you want? Like Xavier said, stop being everyone can't be Beyonce. Fun in school, fun in place,
So even if you like the Beyonce, you can still live the life that Beyonce lives without being her. So that needs to be the focus.
Come to how do you think how do you think Kelly Rowland is right now?
No, she's good. It's what I keep telling my homies, right? I was watching something on Heron Preston.
Yeah.
I mean, not Heron Preston.
Yeah.
Jay Rogan.
Yeah.
And during this podcast, they were talking about how the 6th richest person in the world definitely lives a life like the 1st richest person in the world. But he does it with less stress than what the richest person in the world lives.
Yes.
The 6th person, there's just so much money can do for you, dog. But it gets to a level where it's just like, dog, we can all afford the same things. We can all afford to do the same things. We can all afford to buy the same things. Load shedding. But it's back. So why does everyone strive for #1 spot? I think it's a mental thing. But anyway, cool. So now, as we end this, we have one way of ending this. We have a word of the day. But when I say word of the day, I don't mean like today. But up to, let's say last week till today, what is the one thing you live by in that space that is very significant to you?
Okay, no, I'm going to tell you, man. Hey, Joe,
That's what I want. Look at that camera.
When I was going to wash the car, I was essentially at the car wash.
Sure.
A jail.
A jail.
So he told
Try
me.
to speak English because it's global.
He told me that in jail they basically give you your charge card. Yeah, and you keep your charge card with you personally, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, everywhere you go to your sentence, it's done.
With life, brother, you in jail, you get in and you look at your charge card.
And that's part of you.
It's bigger in the bazaar, and then you'll be all right.
So mind your own fucking business.
Your charge card. And serve your time, and then pull. That's why someone.
So basically, the aim is to mind your own business.
That's why some niggas go for 10 years and and come out after 35 years because I'll beg in the That's what I've learned also from people that I've started to intentionally
interact with. They mind their own business. They don't give a fuck about what you did yesterday.
Yeah,
mind your own business. That's such a good way to end the show. Yeah. Fuck.
Bless, bro. Bless. My niggas, it's been an honor.
No, thank you for your time, blood.
Bangy, I love you, what you do, and you are one of the most bravest persons I know. This is doing this from your perspective, and I told you, Uti, I am a big podcast, just in general. Not like some people are not that cool. Some people just don't have taste. So like that's a fact.
Fair.
Yeah, bro.
It's either you got it or you don't, blood.
From the news tab, bro.
It's either you got it or you don't.
Plus cards.
Thank you so much for your time, dog. Yo, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Dead Radio.
Oh my God.
From Bang is Dead and from my homie, we're out.
And you're live on Dead Radio.